This is Friday of Holy Week. We call it Good Friday. On this day, Jesus was falsely accused and submitted to a rushed and artificial trial. He was deserted by his friends, ridiculed, mocked, and humiliated by the religious leaders. He was tortured. He was wrongfully convicted. He was sentenced to death by crucifixion. He was publicly and brutally crucified. And to make sure he was dead, he was stabbed in the side with a spear. Jesus died. The Son of God died, and he was buried in a borrowed tomb. So what's so good about that? I'm reminded of an old children's book that's called That's Good, That's Bad. Each page of the story depicts a new calamity to a young boy who's visiting a zoo with his family. Something seemingly terrible happens, and the book says, that's bad. But it ends up being fine, and it really just adds to the adventure of his day. So the book says, no, that's good. The whole book goes back and forth that way. Something terrible happens, that's bad. Turn the page, and it actually turns out to be fine. So you read, no, that's good. In the end, there's a final event that seems terrible, but it lands the boy back into his parents' arms. And then the book finishes by saying, oh, that's good. No, that's great. Today, we remember the most calamitous event in all of human history, the brutal torture and death of the Son of God. It happened on Friday of Holy Week. We should be saying, oh, that's bad. But because of his death, our sins can be forgiven. Because of his death, we can have fellowship with God. We can have spiritual freedom. Our relationships with one another can be clean and fully restored, and we can be cleansed from guilt and shame. 3 days after that awful death, Jesus, the Son of God, walked out of that borrowed tomb fully alive again. The final enemy of all human beings, death, had been overcome. So we say, oh, that's good. No, that's great. Let's hear the account from Matthew 27, 45 to 50. From noon until 3 in the afternoon, darkness came over the land. About 3 in the afternoon, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, Eli, Eli, lema sabachthani. My God, why have you forsaken me? When some of those standing there heard this, they said, he's calling Elijah. Immediately, one of them ran and got a sponge, and he filled it with wine vinegar, and he put it on a staff and offered it to Jesus to drink. The rest said, now leave him alone. Let's see if Elijah comes to save him. And when Jesus had cried out again in a loud voice, he gave up his spirit. He gave up his spirit for us. Maybe we should call today Great Friday.